Mr. Kalyani, let me address both the domestic market as well as the global environment with you, because you have a pulse on both, especially in light of the government's move to, at least as far as the defense manufacturing is concerned, to indigenize much more. You've got the third list that's now already out, and the uncertainty as far as the global environment is concerned. How is that likely to shape things over the next 12 to 18 months?
Well, I think the challenges in the global environment, which all of us know, the war in Europe, the challenges of the China plus one strategy that many countries are facing and trying to figure out, and the challenges of creating a resilient supply chain. You go to any place, anywhere in the world, you will hear this word, resilient supply chain. What is a resilient supply chain? I think in the manufacturing world, this creates huge opportunities for India, including in defense, by the way. But there are pockets of opportunities where things are happening at a much faster pace. I'll give you the example of railways. The railways are undergoing some tremendous modernization. Just day before yesterday or yesterday, a tender was out for 1,600 locomotives of 9,000 horsepower. Siemens was the lowest bidder, 20,000 crores. It is all supposed to be produced in India in an Indian plant. In one more week, there's a similar tender out for 9,000 horsepower locomotives, which is going to come out, and then 200 Vande Bharat trains, and then 100 high-speed trains. Now, this is the kind of initiative that Mr. Vaishnav has taken in his ministry to create industrialization of the railway manufacturing system, which was somehow embedded in the last century for many, many years. And overnight, this is going to get completely modernized. What took Europe and America 50 years to do, India will do in 10 years. And this is going to create a huge manufacturing ecosystem, especially in the area of electrical equipment, because these are all electric. We have, as a policy, Indian Railways have moved from diesel to electric, as you know. The same thing is happening in defense. There is a whole slew of policy changes that have taken place in the last 3, 4, 5 years. Everything is focused on Make in India, and more than Make in India, focused on what the Honorable Prime Minister calls Atmanirbhar Bharat. And his definition of Atmanirbhar Bharat is very clear. Atmanirbhar Bharat means something that you produce with your own intellectual property. If you got a technology collaboration from some company, no matter which part of the world they come from, and you want to export that product not into a conflict zone area, but even in a non-conflict zone area, you won't get permission to do it. But if it is your own product, where you own the technology, you will get it. If the Defense Ministry starts doing what the railways are doing in terms of creating this large industrialization capabilities, then I think India will have a game-changing situation in manufacturing for the domestic market also. Because when you do, whether you do railways, whether you do defense, whether you do automobile, it's not just that industry that you're dealing with. You're creating a whole host of new technologies which have usages in many, many other areas. And that creates an ecosystem, that creates skill sets, that creates capability. So I'm very confident that that sector is going to do well.
Both railways and defense. You held up the railways as an example of things moving very fast. Defense, not fast enough?
Not fast enough yet.
Not fast enough yet.